So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys about what an implicitly relative sentence is. Okay, what's an implicitly relative sentence? It's a sentence that makes a comparison. Sentence that makes a comparison with a group without explicitly mentioning mentioning the group. Okay, so the best way to understand this, I think, is just to look at some examples. So somebody says she earns an above average salary. Okay. Now immediately you should think, wait, what does above average mean? Because above average is going to be the thing that makes the sentence implicitly relative. You could ask above average for an American, right? In America, she earns more than the average person. Or it could be she earns an above average salary for a Mexican or a Canadian, like for Canada, right? Yeah, I mean the average is going to change depending on your country. Or it could even be like rather than country by like gender, she earns an above average salary for a woman or an early career person. So a test for whether a sentence is implicitly relative is you can only ask she earns an above average salary for. You can always add a for. So here's another example. Great Uncle Eddie is a fast runner. Okay. Now, what fast? The word fast is going to be what makes it implicitly relative. Fast for an old guy, fast, or just fast for a human, right? Among the humans, Great Uncle Eddie is fast, right? Yeah. So, and normally you can add the word for to help make it clear that it's implicitly relative, and that's where you'll be specifying what the group is. Now, to help you understand what we're talking about, it's good to like compare those sentences with sentences that aren't implicitly relative. So she earns an above average salary. That's implicitly relative because you might ask average for what? If you said she earns 50K a year, that's not implicitly relative. Or Great Uncle Eddie is a fast runner. You can always ask like fast for whom. But if you just said Great Uncle Eddie runs a 7-minute mile, well, that's not going to be implicitly relative. Okay, now that should help you kind of understand the difference. Now, why do we care about making this distinction? People can kind of fool you by not actually telling you what the group is. So about the above average salary example, suppose your friend tells you, like, oh, you should apply for this job, and they want you to apply for this job. And they say, yeah, you'll get an above average salary. Okay. At that point, you want to ask, like, above average for what? And you want to ask to clarify that. Because especially if they're bad motivated, right, they might be trying to fool you. Or you might be told, let's say you're trying to find a new apartment, and you get told it's a low rent. You want to ask like rent low for what? Low for Richmond, low for Short Pump, low for whatever area, Virginia. So that getting clear on what the group is going to help you clarify the claim that's being made. So, okay, that's implicitly relative sentence.